the broke/scarcity mindset. I've been doing a little bit of research in the spiritual community. I'm undercover. Okay, let's just say that. Let's just say I've been there. I've seen a little bit of things. I've been listening to people, talking to people. I've been friends with some of these people. The scarcity mindset. What does it mean? It means that there's not enough around. It means that everything is running out. It means that you're unsafe. It means that the world is out to get you. It means that when someone else has something, that you'll never have it. It means that the government is specifically putting people down so that they can't get rich. It means that some people have it easier than others. Well, in certain contexts, you can understand that, yeah, some people have it easier than others because they may have been born into money. But the truth about this reality is that the minute that you take responsibility for your own life, the universe will open up the pathway for you. That doesn't mean that it's easier, that the road along ahead will be perfect with no obstacles, but it means that it is 100% possible for you. And that's something that I learned quite recently, and it took me a long time to get there. Because what was I stuck in? The thing that most of Earth is stuck in, and especially a lot of people in America are stuck in, it's the scarcity/poverty/ mindset. Now, what is this? It just means that you think that you have to work hard for things and that there are no resources available to you. Meanwhile, we live in such a world where there is infinite prana in the air that we can breathe in and experience bliss. It means that we live in a universe where we could ask for something to be shown to us and we will be shown the way. Lest we understand what it means to listen. And that it's not just going to be given to us because our self-concept is high enough. And also, working on your self-concept too much is also scarcity mindset, because you think that it's less so than you have to have a high self-concept, rather more so you need to be the kind of person that can hold that. And you can be a humble person and have $1 million, you know? You can be a humble person that doesn't ask for much, but have the perfect wife or perfect husband or they friend. What matters is that you understand that there is a perfect amount of everything for everyone. And I kind of wanted to go into a specific sector of this because it's kind of powerful for me, because I have a lot of experience with this. It's the notion of this poverty scarcity mindset. This also, what that breeds as well, is jealousy. Thinking that somebody has something that you'll never have. And so this leads us into a thing I've noticed: baneful magic, black magic, being addicted to black magic, or those little priestesses that will cast spells for you to get your ex back, casting spells for you to get that job, when in actuality, you really don't need magic to work at an office. You don't need magic to get a boyfriend. And that's just the truth. When you go and outsource your love and your wealth and your livelihood to priestesses, witches, warlocks, what you're doing is you're giving your power and your sovereignty away, as well as the power of your own beliefs and frequency. You're putting yourself in a position of an archetypal story. You're putting yourself into the illusion of Maya. But what does that mean? What's the illusion? The illusion of Maya is the illusion of conflict that we experience here on Earth. So what we learn in second level teachings, and I'll give you just a little bit of that sauce right here, is that conflict in and of itself is illusion, and that's the duality. The duality isn't light or dark, or the good versus, and it's just good or good versus evil, because those are all just made up things, and they're basically the conception of the ego. Not really light versus dark, but more so good versus evil, right? Because that's the illusion of the conflict. And the other part of the illusion of the conflict is that one side is better than the other. 444 on my clock, by the way. But the experience is just that we all think that we're doing the thing that's for the common good. Even what I'm doing right now, I'm perceiving this as the work of my life. as my career, as my, as my experience, as my teachings that are far beyond conceptualization, more so just observation of the energy at play. I very well could be doing something that could hurt someone else depending on who they are. Much like the parable, do not cast thy pearls unto swine. It doesn't mean that when you have good knowledge and that the people are pigs that can't eat it. It's because no matter what you believe that you're putting out, it's always in the eyes of the person that receives it. Hence, a pig can only see food. They don't see your pearls as valuable. Because what you exist in is what you see. What you're being is what you see and what you experience in this world. But thankfully, we're humans with multi-layered levels of perception, so we don't have to just be pigs. Think of it like Spirited Away when her parents were eating all of that food and became pigs because they were consumed by their gluttony. Humans become what they consume too. So this coincides back with my talking of the scarcity mindset. How when you experience a life that is full of poverty, when you give into that, you are feeding that energy. But City, I don't have a nice enough job and I can't afford what I want. Your illusion of scarcity is breeding that story for you. Because that all comes from the mind. And the mind wants to tell us stories about our world. And they usually like to tell the same story. And it goes all the way back to childhood trauma. As well as just, coming from that experience over and over again. Like living in a poor household, you become a poor person more often than not. Unless you go through the work of building a new life. You might have gone to school or this or that. But you really don't have to go to school to make a lot of money. All you need to do is work in your purpose. But City, how do I find my purpose? Look, Ikigai is the best thing to look up. And some people say that it's like appropriating Japanese culture. But here's the thing. It's a great freaking thing. It's a great, whatever white people have done with it, it's still just as good. What do you love to do? What are you good at? What does the world need? What can you get paid for? The thing that connects all four of those things is your purpose, your dharma, your life's work. Me, what do I love to do? I love to talk. What am I good at? Talking. What does the world need? To hear me speak. What can I get paid for? This right here. Hence why I'm here sharing this sauce with you. The poverty scarcity mindset is someone who is me having these gifts and not talking because I'm afraid of what people will think when I talk. It's me having all of this knowledge and information, but feeling like I'm not good enough to share it. And guess what that breeds? Instability. Because when I refuse my God-given gifts, universe, source, if you would call it that, we're not going to talk about believing in God because God is an omnipresent experience that we all are a part of. Whether you believe in it or not does not take away from it. But you can call it different names because it doesn't matter what you call it because it is us. Hashtag this is us, right? Poverty scarcity mindset is also a refusal of what is. It's a refusal of your natural state. When you come to Earth, you are a creative, energetic, curious individual. And you know what stomps that out? Just the nature of the world. Putting you in a box. And as a child, you're easily impressionable. So it affects you and you get put into the machine. And a lot of what spiritual work is, it's undoing the machine matrix. It's undoing the falsities. It's taking you from a dense experience to a light one. That's all we want. And there is a perception that being in this form is a cage. Good thing I don't care about that because I want to live in softer cages and have a nicer, more free life. Which is also why I'm making this video to demonstrate what it means in spiritual work as self-graduation. So when you are just learning spirituality and you don't want to be touched, you don't really want to be connected to like a certain group of people, like you don't want to be in a certain religion or you don't want to be in a certain spiritual sect, you might be considered a self-initiate like me. And a self-initiate just means that you don't rely on someone else to graduate you to the next level. I'm not relying on anyone else to take me to the next level of teachings because I'm responsible for that. I'm responsible for where I'm at and what I'm learning. Because I'm intelligent, and intelligence is just knowing where you are. I know where I am because I'm ready to give you the language and the energies and the things that I've learned to put you where I'm at. And now when I put you where I'm at, then I get to go to the next level. And then giving you this is putting you at where I am to put you to your next level. And then you must take responsibility for that, because when you're a self-initiate, what you must do to upgrade is you teach at least one person. Just one person. It's like when you go out and you learn something absolutely magical from some random person, probably because they feel compelled to teach you. Because one of the hierarchical structures of our universe it's basically the law of reciprocation. What you give back. I guess you could say it's like the law of like giving too, but I like to calling it the law of reciprocation, reciprocal energy. Because I'll say this, that law will follow you to the very highest states of this universe. Everything is just syntropic. When you give to something, it will give back. And it's in a synchronistic affair. It doesn't take away from you. How we've noticed in a lot of poverty states, there's a lot of energy vampires and a lot of drama, a lot of gossip, which is black magic. And I want to come back to the scarcity mindset and how it breeds black magic. Thinking that you can just get whatever you want whenever you want it without working for it. Poverty level. Not wanting to be involved in the creation of your life is scarcity. Because you think that you're not good enough to involve yourself when the true creation of spirit and manifestation is co-creation. And I feel so passionate about this because I struggled for so long to come to this point in my life, because I was so hard on myself and so depressed and so low value inside of myself that I would continuously breed situations in my life that would make it worse and show me the stories that I was so afraid of seeing. Oh. Your poverty scarcity mindset is a trap. It's the same thing as those gross people you see online. I'm calling them gross just because they're very dirty and they look like they don't shower. But they're the people that are obsessed with conspiracies. They're the people that are obsessed with reptile humanoids, like the people that think that the government is being controlled by these things. And guess what? What does it matter if they are or not? Because what are you going to do about it? Something very spiritual to do is when you see the world around you and you take full responsibility for how it looks. What are you going to do then? But then we also learn that what we create perpetuates itself. So when we perpetuate charity, which actually I really enjoy, because when you give, you get. When you're giving to charity and you're giving to people that genuinely need it, they can use that to further their lives. You've gotten gifts before from generous strangers, and that's definitely improved your life. I would say that is positive. I've read spiritual work that has said that you shouldn't give to charity or even talk of poverty. But I'm talking about it now because I want you to see. You can go there if you understand it. High vibe people can go down there because they understand it. Because when your frequency is high, you encompass all of the lower levels. That doesn't mean that you're only in this level. The higher the dimensions you go, you hold all the other dimensions. We're third dimensional creatures, but we encompass the first and the second. We're made of flat shapes and dots and lines, but they make up the whole. So I want to put you at this place because also I want to go back again, the black magic. You are addicted to it in the poverty level mindset because you think that by talking crap about this other person or creating drama for yourself will make your life better because it fills it with some sort of substance. When in actuality, the true substance is from work, from studying, from knowledge, from taking care of yourself and loving yourself and others and forgiving those people. What if someone said something mean to you or did something unkind to you and you thought positively of them, positive thoughts of them? It doesn't mean that you have to keep being around them, but genuinely think about it. This is a Course in Miracles teaching, but we're going to use it in a fierce way. What if you thought positively about this person? What would happen if you stopped thinking negative thoughts about people that you didn't like? What would happen if you just didn't care about what you didn't like or did like doing, and you did the things that you felt like you were supposed to do and felt called to do because your soul is infinitely guiding you through this reality? What if you knew that at every moment and at every time you knew that you were divinely guided to this moment? What if you knew that you couldn't only use feminine energy to receive the life of your dreams, but you had to implement masculine energy in there as well in a perfect balance? Action and reception is the perfect mix of things to do to create your life, because those things create this little arrow that goes through the obstacles because they work together. And that's also, I want to say, you don't want to completely get rid of black magic. Remember what I said about the frequency, you hold it all below. When you have your light, your will, and your dark, your fear, when you connect those, you can create a lot of powerful things. It's not about getting rid of darkness completely. It's not about just integrating it. It's about understanding it. What does this level mean? What does this darkness mean in my life? What is the darkness within me that I must shed my light upon? We use everything to understand this world so that we can better understand ourselves. That will get us out of poverty. Because when you understand yourself, i.e., you understand your innate gifts and share them, you'll never be poor. Just continue to learn marketing and money management, okay? That's another spiritual thing you'll do, is better understanding the material plane and not just turning it into something that's too scary for me because I'm a starseed. This world is not that scary. Coming from me, I'm an innocent little lady. It's only scary if you make it scary. Fear is an illusion. Fear is an illusion, but it's important because fear is a guide. Oh, I'm afraid that I'm going to lose this thing. Well, now that I know that I'm afraid, what can I use this fear for? If I'm afraid I'm going to lose this thing, what are actions I can take so that I can stop being afraid of, so that I can help with my fear? How can I get as far away from these people that are casting black magic on each other as soon as possible so that I can create the life that I enjoy? How can I get as far away from the poverty mindset as possible? I'll start thinking more thoughts that align me with the reality that I deserve. And I'll start taking aligned action to align me with the life I deserve. It's not about just spending more money. It's about making more money too. It's about being in those environments that bring you to prosperity. It's about going to the gym if you need to work out. And this is for men too. It's about going to the gym and working out a little bit. Because masculinity is physical. When you're in balance as a balanced being, you do both. But this is for feminine girls too. Go to the gym. We're going to level up. We're going to research how to make our life better. And we're going to implement those action steps. Because the universe does respect your intention, but it really will not, what's the word? It will not go against what you are and what you perpetuate in your life. Welcome to your first portal of abundance. My name is City Taylor. I'm a spiritual teacher and the queen of drama, the queen of New Earth. I'm just teaching as I go. I don't know everything, and you're perfect as you are, and you will always continue to grow. I love you. Oh, wait. Bye.